Good evening, traders. Thank you for joining me on tonight's Mindset video call. Basically, we're just going to go over what to be writing on your day-to-day journals. You can take this as a template that you can use from here on now, or you're more than welcome to adapt to it. So if you do need this template, let me know and I'll send you one over. This actually is just being inspired by the weekly evaluations that I produced for you guys a few weeks ago. Okay, so that was one of the last Zoom. Was it live Zoom or video? I can't remember now if I did a live Zoom or a video on it. And that other one is just simply for you guys to detect and identify where you might be going wrong, where your mistakes and habits are taking place. So it's more of a mathematical identification, where this one is a lot more to do with just your mental state, mindset throughout your day-to-day, so then you can piece together what you need to be doing, changing, improving, developing throughout your days. Okay, so yes, you will be writing amongst your trades, but also how you're feeling and where your headspace is at before and after trading. All right, so I'll just take you through this. This will be a journal that you'll be doing every single day at the end of your trading shift. Yeah, so whatever hours that you're working through trading, as soon as you're finished, done for the day, this is going to be the last piece of paperwork that you're going to do as a CEO of your business, right? So pop in the date at the top, total trades that you've taken. For example, it's a Monday today, so you'd mark out Monday and you'd put down what your total trades, how many trades you took today. Then you're going to put down how many wins, what that total tallies up to, and how many losses and what that tallies up to. Tallies, totals, one of those words. And then you're going to put your lot sizes used. So you can write down what lot sizes overall that you've used, etc. Just to keep a tab on that, because it's really important. Sometimes we could just decide that we're going to put a bigger lot size, double our lot sizes, and that particular lot size is what took us into a drawdown. It's what took us into losing all the profits made and then some. Yeah, so when you write that here, it's really good, because when you reflect back on these pages, you can identify where you are going wrong. Okay, you're going to put down what pairs that you've traded. So if you've put your own trades on, or if you've taken any trade ideas from the community, and then your overall profit and loss for the day. Okay, and your overall percent that you've made. Yeah, so this is really good to write, because what you want to do as a CEO of your business is you want to manage money. Okay, you want to learn how to have those skill sets of how to manage your funds, how to manage your salary, and you need to have some kind of proof, some kind of notes on what you are doing per day to make sure that you are sticking to your rules, sticking to your regulations, yeah, sticking to your goals and desires for the future. So this here is really important. It will just give you extra confidence in how you're managing your money overall. And then to the right, I've popped here hydration overall. So you know, when I do my self-check-ins most of the days, I always ask, how much water have you drank? How are you feeling hydration wise? So here you'd put, if you drank enough water, you can tick the boxes or circle, color them in. And then importantly, I've put here mood before trading and mood after trading. Now, it's really important to know where your headspace is at before trading and after, because if before trading is not good and then after trading probably is worse, you can detect with the mood before trading if there were elements of your day or the day before, i.e., did you have an argument with your spouse? Were your kids ill? You know, did you injure yourself? Did you not eat well? Maybe you didn't drink enough water and now you're feeling quite lethargic. So if those elements come into play for why you don't feel the greatest before trading, and then it gets worse throughout the day, for example, then you need to keep a tab on what is causing your mood not to be so great. So then you can eliminate those elements, or you can not trade on the days when you have those elements arise. Does that make sense? Okay, and then mood after trading is really important, because obviously if you have fed into your temptations, into revenge trading, maybe you've taken losses and now you're not feeling so great, then you can write some little notes of why, and also tally your mood, and then you can figure out what kind of headspace that you want to be in the next day. Especially if you're not so great, you need to action straight away. What can you do to make yourself feel better? All right. So then you don't have this tumbleweed falling into the next day that you're not feeling so good then before trading. All right. At the bottom, we've got lessons learned and acknowledged. The reason why I've put acknowledged is because when we learn lessons, we are basically bringing it to our attention. We are acknowledging that we are taking accountability for the lessons learned, for the mistakes made, for the habits that we've incurred, that we don't want to, but somehow we've ended up doing it again. So we are acknowledging to ourselves how the day has overall gone, what we've learned and what we don't want to do again, or what we do want to do again. Maybe we've had a really, really good day. You can still learn a lot from that. Yeah. And I'm going to put here, I've put here at the bottom, I challenge myself too. Now, I've written this because I don't want you guys to feel like when there are improvements to make or developments to make, that it's just oh God, I've got to fix that, and I've got to sort out that, and I've got to try my best on that, and I've got to do this again. We don't want to make it as if it's like a chore, like if it's something that we don't want to do. We want to challenge ourselves, yeah? We want to be bigger, better, greater. And so we always need to ramp up to the next version or the next best version of ourselves, which means we're going to learn something, and it means also you're going to be uncomfortable, yeah, because growth comes from being uncomfortable. So you're going to challenge yourself too. For example, you might not be sleeping great because you're only taking 5 hours sleep instead of 7. So in this situation, you would write, I challenge myself to go to bed earlier, put my phone away an hour before sleep, and set my alarm for the next after 7 hours. Yeah. So you're challenging yourself to do something new. You're challenging yourself to break a habit and set a new habit. And it's really good to have these every single day, these tiny little tweaks in our day to make ourselves a better version for the following day, for the following week, month, year, and so on. Okay. Now, just before I finish here, I just want to highlight to you guys that self reflections and journals sometimes are not easy. For most of us, it might be quite difficult to look at ourselves and reflect on that. You know, throughout our days, throughout our lives, we're not really taught on how to do that. And we're really taught on how to protect and love everyone else and help everyone before ourselves. And a daily journal or a weekly journal, weekly reflection, is basically asking you to look at yourself and point out and take accountability for actions made, whether positive or negative. And that's not easy, because that can make you feel very vulnerable, it can make you feel uncomfortable. Maybe you've had a really bad week and you know exactly why, and you just don't want to think about it again. I've been there. I've had an awful week once where I've gone up to 4% loss and, you know, probably failed a couple of accounts and more. And I didn't want to reflect on it because I knew how bad it was, and I just didn't want to be in that position again. I definitely did reflect on it when the days and weeks got better, but it was very hard. And this is why we're doing this, for those moments there, because we want to break these cycles. We want to be stronger, more confident, and we want to be able to take full credibility and accountability for everything we do as the CEO of our business. Yeah, this is going to teach you how to manage your money better, how to manage your mindset better, your headspace, and how to set advanced goals or advanced tasks, whether small or big. So then your journey as a trader is a lot more productive, and you're learning a lot better, and you're gaining and absorbing a lot more from your day-to-day experiences. All right. So remember, if you want this template, please let me know. I will send you one through, or you can adapt to it, create your own, write down whatever you need to ask yourself. Okay. This one I would say is very generic, but if there's other things you want to add, please feel free. And I hope this has helped you, and we will be back next week with our live Zoom. So please don't forget, if you want to attend, just write your names down in the members chat section or send me a DM, letting me know that you're going to attend so I know how many of you guys, okay? Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice evening.